Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to real quick do a new comic book day haul video, show what some of the comics I picked up this week are. The first one is Uncanny Avengers Ultron Forever. This is the conclusion of the story that was begun in for the last, I guess, 2 months. The other Avengers titles, and uh, basically it's different Avengers from various time frames, including two separate Thors, the old bearded Odinson from the, I guess, late 80s, early 90s, the female Thor. We have Vision and Black Widow. We have a Hulk from the very beginning of the Avengers. Um, and a future Captain America who's actually the daughter of Luke Cage, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I haven't read any of these yet, but this is the conclusion of that story that was begun in those other issues. Of course, first going up against Ultron, but ultimately uh, going up against Doctor Doom. All right. Next, I picked up Uncanny Avengers #4. I've really enjoyed this story so far. You know, I've read the first 3 issues, and I always liked the Evolutionary War storyline, and you know, just various storylines with the High Evolutionary, and that's basically what we've got here. The Uncanny Avengers. It's takes place on Counter Earth, and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are trying to find mostly Quicksilver, trying to find their origins now that it's been revealed that what they thought was their past is no longer is not actually their past. All right, so I was really upset because my local comic store had already sold out of Secret Wars 2, so I haven't been able to pick up a copy of Secret Wars #2 yet. Um, you know, I'm going to have to try to track that one down, I guess. But I did pick up 2 Secret Wars related titles. One being Battle World. I think, and you know, this is just a guess, but I think this is going to be more akin to the original Marvel superhero Secret Wars from 30 years ago, which of course I loved. So, but one way or the other, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, everybody fighting. It's just, you know, great times. All right, and I had to pick up A-Force. You know, one of the things I always loved about the Avengers was this constantly rotating uh, membership that they've always had, and you know, they've had a lot of great characters from, you know, both male and female, and I just love the idea of an all-female Avengers team. I mean, especially one with She-Hulk at the front, because you know, I always felt that She-Hulk kind of didn't get the due. You know, she's maybe not quite as strong as her more famous cousin, but what she doesn't have in strength, she definitely makes up for in her intelligence. You know, I mean, this woman graduated from law school. She's a practicing attorney. So I mean, she's no dummy for sure. And of course, I always pick up anytime I go into the comic store. I always pick up the previews. It's free, and I love the little 2 or 3 page um, kind of taster teasers of new issues coming out. This one is obviously focused on Secret Wars titles. We've got the previews of the first issue of Battle World Thors, the first issue of Battle World Ghost Racers. Here, I could probably do this here. There we go. We've got Battle World Thors, Battle World Ghost Racers. This was one that Mary and I are both really excited about. Battle World, Age of Ultron versus Marvel Zombies. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Robots versus zombies. Fantastic. I'm gonna try doing this a different way. We've got Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde. Secret Wars War Zones. Oh, maybe that was just an advertisement. I don't know. We've got Guardians of Nowhere. Civil War. Yeah, I don't know if this one's for me, but The Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows. And that one's interesting. It's actually in black and white, which is, you know, something crazy. This one I'm really looking forward to. It's a return of Peter David to Future Imperfect. So, you know, Peter David was one of my favorite authors of The Incredible Hulk. He had a long run, starting in the late 80s through most of the 90s. Just, I mean, just the best stories that I can recall from The Incredible Hulk are Peter David stories. So the fact that he's returning to the universe. Oh God, and look at Maestro right here. This is just a great splash page. Look at that. Maestro is phenomenal. Let's see, giant size, little Marvel, A versus X. Again, that, you know, maybe that's something Mary would like. I don't know. We've got X-Men 92. I might check that out. I think I actually might have read the X-Men in 92. You can see there's a lot of previews in this issue. It's a big one. Weird World. Obviously, and the art for this is just great. I mean, this is Weird World. That's just phenomenal. So cool. Let's see. Squadron Sinister is another one that looks pretty good. I've always loved the Squadron Supreme. I'll let you in on a little secret. It's probably not much of a secret, but the Squadron Supreme is Marvel's version of the Justice League. Look at the characters and tell me if you disagree. Maybe I'll write a blog post about it. So Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos. And this is another one that looks like it's going to be pretty fun to read. You've got the Howling Commandos are Werewolf by Night, the Living Mummy, Frankenstein, Man-Thing, and Marcus the Minotaur with a symbiote and diabetes, is how he's described here. So, that's just, I don't even want to know. And that's it. You know, those are the short little previews for in this issue of Marvel Previews. So, you know, when you go by your local comic store, go ahead and check it out. And then, you know, for the other stable here, Longbox Diving, I actually managed to find some pretty cool things, I think, this time. This wasn't at the local comic store. This was actually at a antique store I went to a few days ago. So we've got Web of Spider-Man number 35. This is from 1987, and you know, it wasn't real clear. I believe this is when he was wearing the cloth black and white costume after the symbiote. So that's really the only reason I picked it up, is that the excuse me, that black and white costume was just you know, it was such a big hit, and when they got rid of it, they got rid of the alien and brought it and just had him do the cloth, and then eventually they just kind of quietly retired the black and white costume altogether and brought back the red and blue. But you know, this was This is Spider-Man number 16. This was a cool issue. I used to have this back in the day, and who knows what happened to it. You know, I lost it somewhere over the last 25 years or so. It's from 1991, and this is Todd McFarlane art. It has X-Force, and the entire issue is drawn sideways. It's drawn horizontally, so it's quite a bit different than what we normally get. You know, obviously. I picked up Assassins. This is one of the amalgam comics when DC and Marvel mixed their characters together. Um, I just any of those. I know they're not really, you know, none of these are really worth anything. I mean, you know, I picked them up for $1 a piece, I think, but you know, this is pretty cool. I haven't read it yet. I'm not real sure. I don't know a lot about DC Comics, so I don't really know who the Marvel characters are mixed with, but I definitely can see Elektra. Not sure about anyone else. And this one I'm really excited about. It's one of those black and white um, independent comics from, you know, mid '80s, and this one is obviously a parody of Watchmen called Watch Cats. So that looks just really cool. You know, obviously you can see the little frowny face here is the symbol that, you know, it's a parody of the Watchmen symbol. But anyway, so that's all I've got this time, and looks like a lot of fun. I look forward to talking with you next time I take a trip. Bye.